for SC2 Fool. Thank you very much, man. Do appreciate. And let's cast this. All right. So the bottom left-hand side, our red Terran player from Team Liquid. It is going to be uThermal. He's going to be going up against the pink Protoss player top right from OSC Elite. It is Haas. Alright, I'm going to tab out just to see how much these Match Arena coupons are being used. I want to see this rising quickly. That's nice. 10, 11, 12. People have used them recently. Keep it going, guys. Let's use them up. SC2 Fool, Yipsman, Oak Warrior, Gen FX, Pepsi Cola, when's it going to start? Days, Benny McLennan, Sword, Hamster, Faith, and any game time. Keep those coupon codes a-rolling, guys. Let's get them all used up. You don't even have to register on Match Arena. You can literally log in via Twitch. It's that simple. Or by Twitter, or by Google+. You can log in. You don't even have to register. You just sign in via Twitch. It literally takes seconds. It's so simple, it's insane. It's so simple, it's insane. I'm nagging you guys. I hadn't done it myself. I had done it myself. It's just the Match Arena page bugged out. If you check the recent donations list, you'll see it didn't add $1 for me because I have already used it. And I know for a fact I'd already used it because there's no way I haven't showed people over 9 broadcasts how to do it and not actually click contribute once. I know I'd done it. Alright guys, let's do this. Let's jump in game and let's see what's happening. Haas versus uThermal here, the first game of another best of 5. Our second of 6 best of 5s. As we set up into this and see what's going to happen. Until when do I need the BlizzCon funds? So originally I was going to do like a fundraiser for BlizzCon like at the end of August, start of September. Reality is I can't really do that with broken wrist because it sort of involved me playing some games as kind of a big kind of 24-hour stream or something. So I don't know, honestly. I'll just leave it up until we fill the BlizzCon goal basically. Is kind of the new plan. I was hoping to raise it kind of a bit faster than usual by doing some fundraising and stuff, but it's just not going to happen with the with my wrist. Because I just can't cast I can't cast and just sit at the PC for as long as I usually would like to. And especially not for a super extended period of time with it. So when I say super extended, I mean like 12 plus hours or something, which is what I want to do. So thought I already used the code, but it seems you did not. I wonder if they actually refreshed the codes or something. I'm not sure. Anyways, Marine does pick off this first probe here. Enough of other bits and pieces. Let's actually focus up on the game because there's already a Twilight Council coming down here. Haas setting up into what very well could just be Dark Templar play in the near future. Haas came out with a very impressive performance in this group stage. He actually was the only player to take maps off of Ryong, and when I say take maps, he took both maps off Ryong in the groups. He won 2-0. You see that Dark Shrine coming on down. uThermal just set up into his expansion here. Medivac and a Hellion on the way as well, looking to apply some early pressure. He should already have a Widowmine, I believe. Maybe he doesn't, and I'm just misreading this build. Yep, he does. Where is it? There it is. It's actually out in the front of the map trying to pick something off like this. So 6 Marines will be able to jump into the Medivac, as will the Widowmine. The good thing about this for uThermal is he's probably got a good chance of seeing the Dark Shrine as he moves across the map with this drop, especially if he comes in from the angle he's currently heading towards. We're on his way up as well. Obviously, Haas setting up into this Dark Shrine players now. Liberator on the way out too. uThermal already has an Engineer Bay. I mean, he just doesn't trust Haas for a second. Straight into missile turrets and the mineral lines, obviously to help deflect from potential oracles, but will also help to deflect from Dark Templar as well. There's 2 Hellions coming up this right-hand side. They're going to look to see what they can do. They'll actually find a probe already here towards the 3rd Nexus. And that 3rd Nexus will never get to come up. uThermal actually misses the Dark Shrine Scout, which is okay for now because he already has turrets on the way. Obviously, it would be nice for him to be able to get something, some kind of confirmation to be able to make sure units are in position. But for now, he still has the sort of defenses he needs already set up. Mothership Core still stays in the natural, waiting for the Hellions to run by. And uThermal, obviously, without seeing the Mothership Core, doesn't feel a need to run the Hellions by because he knows that the Mothership Core is probably still there. But now as those probes transfer to the high ground, well, Hellions are going to move on in, and it's just a couple of shots. Doesn't really kill anything just yet. Stalkers will be able to start fighting this Widowmine. Marines will try and fight it, but a little bit choked up. And uThermal, how much can he get done here? He's going to be able to get rid of one of the Stalkers. The Hellions have just backed away. In fact, 2nd Stalker taking some damage now too. Probes will be under fire across the map. The first Dark Templar warping in for Haas, but A Widow Mine will burrow next to the missile turret, and so realistically, they shouldn't be able to do much at all. Well, okay, a couple of Marines are a little bit out of position, but there is the Widow Mine. Pulls the SCVs away to make sure, and the first DT is indeed cleaned up. uThermal then still just maintains so many of his units. He lost one Widow Mine across the map. He's actually going to kill this pylon potentially. I mean, these Stalkers will probably not get the kill on these Marines because he can just heal them up with the medevac for a while and do some micro as well. So that is just going to be a kill on the pylon before backing away. One Marine gets taken down, but worthwhile trade there, of course. Just slowing Haas down a little bit and just kind of messing with him. If there was something upgrading on this Twilight, it would have been unpowered now, of course, as well. Going to see this Liberator going to come over to the right hand side, looking to see if they can get up to some little bits and pieces here. Obviously wants to try and get a bit more damage done. Marines are still pushing on this top side, kind of side of the base, as uThermal does lose the medevac. I'm still kind of happy with what uThermal's done so far from a Terran player's perspective. You know, he hasn't maybe done the massive amount of damage, but he did force a lot of lost mining time over here as he forced units to pull in towards the natural. He's going to do a bit more damage with the Liberator. He's been annoying, still maintained some units. Is what you want from, you know, the early game as the Terran player. And the follow-up here from uThermal, well, he's got reactive starport, medevacs on the way up. Look at those upgrades, stim and combat shields and +1 are all lined up. And we'll see here soon if Haas is going to be able to hold on once all those upgrades come into the game and once uThermal is using those to his advantage. Couple of medevacs coming up to the top side. And looking to see what they're going to be able to get up to, of course. A few Marauders in the medevacs and with the Marines as well. We'll see how this turns out as the Prism does come through the top side. Looking to be some aggression from Haas at the same time. 4 DTs warping in as well. I think he's really going to go for something here, but the double drop in his main could be somewhat deadly. As we set up into this, we see the +1 armor on the way out, obviously. We see the Dark Shrine still just pumping out TTs. He didn't actually get any upgrades, right? He got charge, actually. Okay, he got charge. How many gates is he on? 6 going up to 8? It's just the double drop's going to be deadly. Like, 2 pylons to the left side are going to go down instantly here to begin with. So they're going to drop so quickly. There's 1 pylon. Well, here goes 2. A couple of probes going down as well. I mean, already just doing so much damage, right? I mean, the Assimilator gets picked off. DT warped in to deal with it. Is across the map. Well, DTs are going to get surrounded. The missile turret, but it doesn't matter. We're actually going to see the DTs are not going to go. Oh, he gets the final swipe. Wow. Final swipe as the SCVs just stop repairing. But at the same time, scans are being used across the map and over here. Scans available means that the main nexus is going to go down. The third base is going to be going down as well here in a few moments' time. An overcharge being used. We're going to see a couple of Widow Mines will just burrow, but I mean, another overcharge used on this pylon, but way too late. And well, now you can't move up this ramp because there's no blink, so he has no real way to get rid of all these Widow Mines. And so damage will just be done as these units run on in. The Stalkers will not last very long, and neither will this third base over time. GG from Haas, who's continue to lose out on the main base as well. That double drop still in play of this best of 5. Again, this is our only games from replays today, and it's only because uThermal was just a little bit late to arrive initially. So that is the situation, the scenario that we are in. As we have to the top left-hand side, our red Terran player from Team Liquid, it is uThermal. And to the bottom right-hand side is going to be our pink Protoss player from OSC Elite. It is indeed Haas. Alrighty. As we just set up into this, wait to see what will happen. We'll already see the double gas from Haas. So with double gas coming on down, it's a little bit interesting. Interested to see what exactly the situation is going to be with this. I mean, obviously it's Haas, so... And I guess, I mean, I can guess we can tell it's probably going to be a proxy Stargate, because it was what he was doing a little bit the other day as well. So setting up into this, again, this probe coming up to the top side. And going to see the pylon coming down, and ooh, a Nexus. Ooh. So just a double gas coming down here. There's one worker, a piece in each of them. So actually, it's just a bit of a different way to expand. It will give him a lot of gas a little bit faster afterwards because he can throw workers in there as soon as he wants to now. Oops, apparently it's a bit windy. My window just banged shut. But yeah, I guess he can still go for kind of a very fast Stargate kind of follow-up. So I guess we'll see how this goes, as we do just have a pylon here in the center. And Stargate will be coming up shortly. The thing is, though, uThermal will still see the double gas taken fairly quick. And he will probably be able to still kind of think about, well, you know, that's a little bit interesting. I'm sure he won't let it just slip out of his mind without kind of reacting to it to some extent, at least. So there's Reaper pulling down towards the lower right. Obviously, we'll be looking to pick up some information. So close to that Stargate there, but obviously just a little bit too much on the low ground. Isn't the kind of, obviously, I mean, Haas doesn't build it in the obvious path of the Reaper. It wouldn't really make sense to really see the Reaper moving in. This little kill. Obviously getting the probe already is nice. I mean, the more damage you do early, the better it is in the long term. Again, he's just getting continued information here. Nice block on the pylon, and it will be an overcharge as well. Just to block that Reaper in, overcharge to get the kill. 50 energy to just stop further scouting. The thing that uThermal's really going to see here... Sorry. Yeah, have a drink. The thing uThermal's really going to see here is that there's only one pylon on the main and one pylon on the low ground. So he's missing a pylon has to be able to be sustainable right now. And so I think that's something which... just going to see the Stargate, the Oracle on the way up. You do see this Widow Mine. Going to work its way through the... Adept going to work its way through the Widow Mine there. Well, we just sit and await action. Sit and await action from Haas. He's got his first Oracle up, but he's just sat here with it. Second Oracle going to pop up as well in a moment. So going to be seeing two Oracles just going to move on forward, and Haas will see what he can do. I mean, there's one Widow Mine here, which he obviously has to be very careful of. There's Adept going to commit. Oh my god, disaster. One Oracle gets hit by the Widow Mine, the other gets splashed, and then the Marines just target the other one down. Super quickly and super easily. Stellar Forge is on the way up, as we do see that +1 upgrade as well coming through. Stim Pack is on the way as well for uThermal. Wouldn't mind coming over here, looking to see what it can do. Stimpack on the way up, +1 attack on the way up. Again, I mean, for uThermal, he defended the early aggression so well that Haas is already just fallen behind a little bit. The fact he committed into double Oracle and did nothing with it. You know, he didn't even get to, you know, use it for revelations right now. So there's nothing to stop uThermal just starting to push across the map super easily. Like, okay, the Observer will see it, sure, but the Oracle can still be such a great way to A, add damage to this attack, but B, just, again, be able to kind of keep track of where this army is a lot more easily than the Observer at any point. So Marines and tanks continue to come down to the south side, looking to see what sort of position they can get set up in towards. Got more pylons just out of front, and still no third Nexus from Haas. I mean, he's very committed to just two-base play at the moment. He went double Forge. Now he's going into that charge upgrade as well. So Haas still just sort of setting up here into a fairly standard sort of situation, I suppose, with the double Forge, etc. just delaying his third base because he doesn't feel as though he has enough to cover 3 bases right now. Obviously on Abyssal Rift, your biggest issue is usually this sort of location here. No way can these tanks actually shoot that without even sieging. They actually could. They were doing it for a little bit there, but now they're just going to siege up again. Another couple pylons in range, and more damage being dealt. Marines actually in range of this pylon. And of course, as always, the mineral line is under threat here as well. Even the Viking going to land to just try and be a little bit more of a nuisance. As 1-1 charge finishes up, I mean, is there even a way still to fight, though? I mean, Stim Marines that are about to have +1 of their own. Combat shields on the way too. I mean, missing medevac, sure, but not the end of the world. Liberator gets a few kills as well. Now we're just going to be seeing some more depots coming up on top of this ramp. Siege tank Marines just hitting in the mineral lines, as we do see. I mean, what's this? 5 racks in total in the main base. So 5 racks in total in the main base. We still just wait to see kind of where we go from here. Death Zealot, sentries up top, and well, here we go. Marines do stim, and we're going to be seeing the Zealots charging in. Oh, he targets the prism. I love it, because there was units in that prism which would have affected this. There's still going to be a cleanup here by Haas, but he lost a lot in the process. I mean, he lost the prism, 4 units inside of that. It's expensive for him, you know. This was not cheap at all, and uThermal just pulls further and further ahead. The Viking gives itself up to kill off a few more probes, putting now uThermal at a 22 worker lead. 22 worker lead here. 2-2 now on the way from Haas as well, so he sets up into that as those Marines going to go over to the left-hand side. That's 1 armor on the way from uThermal. Definitely will be trailing a little bit here then in terms of upgrades. So he will be behind in that regard, but his sheer number of units and sheer amount of economy might just be a saving grace to kind of help him through that lack of upgrades. The third Nexus obviously still can't start here from Haas in the normal location because there's still a Widow Mine on position. And so he's still just 2-basing it right now with literally mass Sentry Zealot. He really isn't even being that creative with this. He's just going to mass gateway units and honestly, I think, hope. I think just hope that he's going to be able to do something crazy. I mean, sometimes if you're overly aggressive into these charge lots, it can work very well for you. I think Haas is basically all in on the idea of just going with a big 2-2 timing, as we're going to be seeing the Widow Mine getting picked off. Marines pulling back over to the natural once again. He and Zealots do charge forwards. Ooh, nice. Picking off 3 Marines right from the get-go. Nexus will come down over here as well. Pop that down to pylon 2. Just continue to set up into this. Armory is on the way up here from uThermal. Obviously wants to set up into his 2-2 upgrades along with that second engineering base. So you can start 2 upgrades at a time, very standard thing. Generally, Terran play, if they do go single upgrades for +1 attack and +1 armor, they will get that second engine bay in time for the 2-2, because very few players and very few matchups actually continue to get just single upgrades as the game goes on. As you hit 3 base economy, you can afford the double upgrades. That's what we so often see. Zealot's Sentry Army is not going to be the best at shutting down these medevacs. Marines will even unload here, forcing the Guardian Shield fairly early on. Scan to get rid of the Observer as well. uThermal still just moving around the center to the left-hand side. A lot of these units just gathering up together. War Prism is currently being pushed away again as Marines chase after it already. So Marines already chasing forwards there, as we see. Again to the right-hand side, Marines will stim on in. That pylon's going to drop so quickly. Pylon is down, Stargate going down as well. And again, those rocks continuing to be damaged, continue to be picked away at. One force field comes down, blocking away a couple of those Marines. This Prism 2 looking to see what else might happen as we're going to see this CC. A little bit of trouble. Masses of Guardian Shields going up, but he's not even got the Guardian Shields protecting those Zealots. A couple of those actually buys time for the tanks as well, and what a devastating fight for Haas. He just loses so much there so quickly, and uThermal takes game 2 just like that. Can we actually tab to change scene? What is this? 2012? God damn it. Alright, we're good now. To the bottom left-hand side from Team Liquid, he's up 2-0 in this series. Can he just clean sweep his opponent here? It is Haas. uThermal, sorry. Just said his opponent, so I was about to say his opponent's name, and sort of just about saved it, maybe, perhaps. Top right-hand side, the pink Protoss player from OSC Elite, it is Haas. Can he bounce back? Again, 2-0 Young the other day. As he gets set up and ready to go. Did I know my YouTube link in the description links to your own videos or over to your own lit video list. That is interesting. I wonder why. That's so weird. Let me check it out at the start of this game for a moment or two. Why on earth would it do that? Oh, I see why. I see why. We can fix that. I'll fix that later. Thank you for letting me know, though. Alright, guys, let's see what happens. A gas steal here from Haas early is going to be not too influential. The CC was misplaced as well because of that. Obviously, a CC can just lift and relocate very easily as Haas begins his own expansion back in the natural for now. So, natural expansion coming on down, going to finish up right there and already being chrono boosted. So that's going to be getting going. As you see, Pylon in the main, I mean, uThermal will just pull some SCVs off the line to help deal with this. The Reaper, not going to waste much time, going to go across the map. Already picked off the probe. Pylon dies, and again, uThermal for now not too worried about being confined to just one gas either, it would seem. He might go into a fast free CC because of this, although again, it's Acolyte, right? So on Acolyte, a fast free CC wouldn't be that weird anyways. There's just going to be seeing the Reaper popping up in towards the main base. So going to come in towards the main base. And just going to be looking to see if we can get some damage done. So pops around and we are going to see a probe being chased. Oh, doesn't quite get it just yet. And a couple of probes just taking damage, but nothing too much different. Overcharge comes down again. Reaper will be pushed away. But still staying alive and still trying to pick up information as to what exactly the tech choice might be from Haas. As finally as Marines come out, this assimilator will start to fall. A long time to be limited to just one gas though for uThermal, who's still... That is a misplaced CC, right? Yeah, no way is that normal. I guess you'll lift up and relocate it now, but it means the mule's going to lose a little bit of mining time. Is it normal? No way. No way is it meant to be in line with that extractor. Well, maybe it is. I mean, crazy. No, he just fixed it, right? Yeah, okay. No? I don't know. I think I might just be going crazy. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I'm just going to stop talking about it, because I really don't know. Alright, Charlie cancels the robo coming up here from Haas. I mean, the most standard build he's done so far today. This looks to be just like a charge or a blink opening. And then playing in towards a third nexus. So very standard, no proxy shenanigans, no Russian DTs. As we continue to set up into this and see how it's going to go. What's up, Shuck Nasty 69 coming in for the 7-month resub. Love you, Wardy. Never change. Just get more paid. Thank you very much for the kind words, and glad you're enjoying the stream for 7 months in a row of love. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. See some love in the chat, please, for the 7-month resub. As you do see these couple of racks from uThermal on the way up still. In the main base. Double tech lab on the factory and starport. They'll lift away from those and start to build reactors instead in a moment. And therefore the barracks can go into the tech labs and start up stim pack and combat shields at the same time. Very common occurrence to see in the TvP, honestly, as we're going to see this. Widowmine does burrow. Widowmine's going to go off and just gets one probe kill there. The other probe coming over, not doing too much just yet. As we see, the Stalkers will get rid of the medevac. Because it targets the medevac, it does give him enough time to get rid of the probe to get that Widowmine shot off. Robo is up, Observer's on the way back already, and the Observers will help to clean that up. Blink again was the choice of tech here so far by Haas. With that Blink tech already coming up. Okay, just getting confirmation. I just saw it on the stream. The CC was misplaced. He did relocate it. Okay, good. That was driving me crazy. I really couldn't tell. And then I doubted myself because I missed it floating into position. Oh, I was getting well confused, fam. Well confused. Double Forge then from Haas as well. The Blink obviously allows it to defend free bases nicely, give him a bit of mobility early, maybe even push across the map and apply some pressure with a Warp Prism and some extra Stalkers, but for now he looks to be just sitting back. I mean, with the Double Forge on the way up, he isn't really looking to do anything in particular in the next few moments, just sitting back and waiting to see what will really be going on in the next few moments, I guess. A few pros going to transfer over to the base here, and I'm just going to see this Observer coming through the center of the map. Marines are pushing around as well. Stim pack +1/+1 and combat shields all on the way up at the moment here for uThermal. As you're just going to be seeing this observer pull him back again. I mean, every single time Haas does something, he seems to just be pulling his observers back. He's got one over here, I guess. Maybe just wants it to be sitting outside his third base. And here as well, I guess, kind of the elevator position. I guess that makes sense. Although, somewhere like here, yeah, I was going to say, somewhere like here could be nice too. Because then you do see anything coming this way or that way anyways, right? But just a little bit earlier. I think it's a bit of a tough map for dealing with drops. I mean, the dropping in towards the natural's very annoying. The third base drops are annoying. There's drop potential into the main as well. There's so much space here to work with too for the Terran player. It's definitely one that can be a little bit tough, as we see with 1-1 upgrades finishing up the stim and combat shields finishing the first medevacs pop. uThermal can begin to apply some pressure here in this game, very similar to the last game, where he kind of just won the game off the back of these kind of initial drops. We'll see if it'll be something, or not the last game, it's game number 1, right, where he won the game basically off of the initial drops. We'll see if he can do something similar here once again, as we set up into this. So again, two medevacs up top side are looking to see what they can do. You can see the Marines starting to unload here and just getting set on up. Observer is being pushed away. One upgrade is about to finish for our Protoss player 2. So this game, the upgrades are even. Is there an armory finished? There is. So 2-2 can start for uThermal as well. He does have the gas and minerals in the bank already for himself. Just going to be seeing the observer still here, but nothing to see because this army of uThermal is not going to be pushing on forwards. Still just going to be sitting back and waiting to see what's next. What's up, DJ D-Palm? Sub, baby! 9-month resub coming through. What's up, DJ? How you doing? Thank you for the 9 months. Thank you so much. I really think on 9 months, Twitch should make your sub badge for the month for baby, rather than whatever the sub badge usually is. That'd be kind of funny. That'd be cool. Thank you very much for the 9 months. Can you get some love in the chat, please, for another resub? Appreciating the love today, guys. Thank you very much. Stalkers to the right-hand side, obviously seeing what they can do. uThermal pulls on back towards them. He will stim. Stalkers have to blink away almost immediately. Meanwhile, Zealots, an Immortal, a Stalker, and Sentries are going to be pushing down this right-hand side. Stalker's taking a little bit of damage here once again. Still Bio coming in from the top side too now, and we are going to be seeing, well, again, just trying to kind of take fights in different locations. If he comes in here, you can get the Immortal right away, or the Sentries. It's just a little bit too much in position, though. He's going to back away from both of it. At the same time, he does come in towards the 4th base and kills off a probe there, at least. So, yeah, uThermal just with 2 sets of drops, moving around, finding opportunities. No larger fights from him just yet, as we see Storm on the way up now from Haas. Those 2-2 upgrades continue to come on through as well. And on the other side of the things, the Advanced Ballistics is on the way from uThermal, so he's already building into his later game. That Liberator play coming on through here right from the get-go. Stalkers pulling forwards, and already a Marauder getting taken down there. Zealots, Stalkers, Sentries, and High Templar joining up together. Again, these units coming on through. We're going to see Nexus cancelled and 2 pylons picked off. Stalkers blinking forwards again, just getting 1 Marine right from the get-go. Again, this army to the left-hand side here from uThermal. Looking to see what he can do. Looking to see what he can perhaps get up to. +1 vehicle weapons from uThermal is going to be coming through here as well. And these barracks just continuing to pop on up. uThermal just setting up into this as do you see this one observer just continue to come down towards the south side here. Just keeping an eye on what's up and what's happening. It's these bio units gathering up together. We see that +3, sorry, on the engineering base starting up. uThermal needs to keep up with that, obviously. We already see the 3-3 on the way for the Protoss player. We'll have moments here where he's going to have upgrade leads. We'll see if uThermal is able to go in towards his armor upgrade as well here shortly. That Liberator count is what's scary, though, and Advanced Ballistics has finished. There isn't really a way for Haas to deal with those Liberators just yet, apart from just really finding a good position. If they get into a choked up area, Haas is going to have a lot of trouble. For example, right here, I don't know how Haas actually fights against this. We see Guardian Shields being popped. He will blink to the side of the Stalkers. Widow Mine's going off already. Big storms to buy some time, but also the storms helping to push the Bayou units away, allowing them to keep on fighting the Liberators. But actually, Haas will be able to push this back and just get rid of one last Liberator here. Just needs now an Observer to get rid of some of these Widow Mines. This was very successful for him. uThermal pushed away his Liberator count completely reset. And that's huge, because if the Liberator can't go any higher, we really are talking about it being impossible to deal with those without going in towards a Fleet Beacon and Tempest, and obviously Haas currently is not moving in that sort of direction at all. CC there, just going to be starting to build in a moment or so. A few more Stalkers warping in. Sentry as well. And then gets picked off, and more Widowmines here. Actually getting some damage done before they finally get cleaned out. A little bit of a mistake by Haas. Didn't really have to take so much damage from those. So he sets up again on this 4th Nexus. This army of our Terran player is still moving around, looking to maybe move forwards. Lacking upgrades now though, and so if there is a time for uThermal to sit back or just to drop around instead, it would be about now. It would be about now. Because if you push now and you're behind on upgrades, you're only putting yourself in a difficult position. Scanning the main, interesting scanning the main. It doesn't really reveal anything, you know, and I don't know what he wants to see. Like, at this stage of the game, all the tech structures are going to be up anyways. And if there is going to be, you know, it's such a kind of a kind of a shot in the dark to really kind of maybe see a RoboBay coming down or something, right? So I'm not too sure about that, unless he's just seeing if there's any defense there at the moment, but yeah, I'm really not too certain about why he's scanning in the main. But, I mean, I guess it gives him some info that there's no army there. Most of the army is still just, in fact, the entire army is still just gathered at the 4th base. These units haven't loaded, and once again, uThermal will begin to push on out and look to see where he can get to, what he can do. Just pushing over to the right-hand side as we do see this army of Haas. It's going to be setting up next to a couple of those cannons. Again, this Bioforce from uThermal getting ready to go as we see these Zards are going to get picked off. He's going to set up here. Obviously, some Stormers available, and they will be a big help to just getting rid of some of this bio units and just slowing it down. Haas in a bit of a weird location, though. He's in the middle of the map. He's not going to engage from behind. He is going to engage from the front. I thought he might engage from the back, where he would maybe able to kind of fight without the Liberators being a part of it. Army from uThermal was set up and ready to do something as well. The Liberators are doing too much damage, though. There's not enough Stalkers here, it seems, for Haas. And again, this is where Tempest will just make your life easier no matter what. If you're able to pick away a couple of Liberators before the main fight, it would go a long way. Now as Stim in towards the natural, and Archons are going to be morphed in from High Templar, which are under fire. The Nexus is being killed, and that's going to force a response. It forces more units to pull away, allowing uThermal to push into the 4th base as well. Natural expansion goes down. You're going to see a Storm comes down, the Archons here as well, trying to help out. Obviously, uThermal just runs up into the main to do more. At the same time, the 4th is about to drop, and disaster is striking for Haas. I mean, he's just being pulled apart everywhere all of a sudden, and uThermal is just going to win the game. Haas just types out. 4th base about to die, 3rd base dead. I mean, he hasn't got mine in his main on natural, and he just realizes it isn't a position he can very easily